shocked. Through the first 7 Cowboy games, my biggest fear and disappointment has been the offensive line. It has consistently been defeated at the line of scrimmage, at the point of attack. It hasn't consistently opened holes for Ezekiel Elliott, and it, as you well know, has not consistently protected Dak Prescott. And obviously, the loss of Travis Frederick, and it sounds like now he's going to be gone for the whole year, was huge because he is the leader and the signal caller for the entire offensive line. So that's a big gaping hole. But finally, Jerry Jones again plunged and did something about this. They fired, as Jenny points out, Paul Alexander. They basically just traded offensive line coaches with the Cincinnati Bengals, but their part of the trade, quote unquote, didn't work out. So he's gone, and guess who they went out and got out of retirement? Simply the best offensive line coach I have ever encountered in my entire very long career, named Hudson Houck. He was the architect of their offensive line and through the 90s, all those. That was the greatest offensive line I was ever around, was that dynastic offensive line.
You could have coached that line, Skip.
Listen, the greatest motivator and teacher I've ever been around is Hudson Houck. Take it to the bank.
Okay.
He starred at USC in the offensive line. He coached at USC, and I was around him for those 5 years, and he is the best. But in 2012, he'd had enough, and he came back to Los Angeles and retired. That's a long time ago. He is now 75 years of age.
Wow.
So Jerry decided to ask him to come out of retirement and pair him up with 40-year-old Mark Colombo, who used to play offensive line for the Cowboys, and that they're going to be a tag team.
Got drafted by the Bears, though, didn't he?
No, he did. Well, but he wound up with Parcells and the Cowboys. So I'm pretty sure as we speak, Hudson Houck is tearing apart the game tape of the first 7 games about what went right and what went very wrong for the offensive line. And I'm going to say it again, Connor Williams, that kid they drafted out of Texas in the 2nd round, has just been an overmatched liability at left guard, and I'm pretty sure they'll make a move. Cameron Fleming was Tom Brady's right tackle last year. I think he'll be inserted there. I think Lyle Collins will move to left guard, and they've got the bye week to make the changes. So is Hudson Houck godsend is the answer? Well, they went out and got a great former offensive line coach, and they went out and got a potentially great #1 receiver, obviously, in Amari Cooper. So I'm optimistic about this.
They're trying to be like New England. When New England lured their
They did. They got him back.
Their former
Dante Scarnecchia.
Yeah, their former offensive line coach. So let me get this straight. I'm going to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. And by the way, no, this is not going to change anything about what they just did. Ezekiel Elliott, Skip, where is he in the league in rushing as far as rushing?
I just explained what's going wrong.
Okay, he's #2.
Yeah.
He's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. Last year, he averaged 4.1. Now, you mentioned Travis Frederick, an all-pro. He's been in the Pro Bowl basically every year he's been in the league. He's out of the lineup. Now, so, okay, you fire the offensive line coach. You bring in a receiver because you don't believe in the receiver. At what point in time is it someone else's fault? I ain't calling no name. I'm just asking. At what point in time do we say, you know what? We've gotten receivers. We've changed offensive line. We've changed offensive line coaches. At what point in time, Skip? I'm asking for a friend. But that friend happened to be me. So I'm asking for me. At what point in time, Skip?
Yeah.
You can answer anytime you like.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, no,
I thought it was rhetorical.
No. I'm asking you. Because we keep placing the blame. It's on the offensive line. It's on Connor Williams. Lyle Collins is not playing well. Oh, the receivers are not getting open. We need to trade for Amari Cooper. At what point in time?
Maybe we'll start to find out right now.
Yeah.
Next Monday night.
Yeah.
Week from last night.
Yeah, because yeah, you're going to struggle. When you take out an all-pro center and you bring in his backup and you're starting a rookie at left guard, you're going to struggle. And look at the teams that they're going up against that have good interior rushers. So it puts an onus on you.
Yep.
But I don't think the offensive... Come on, Skip. Now Hudson Houck is going to make that big of a difference, huh?
I think he will.
Okay.
Yep. Bye week. I like it. Feels good.
What difference? What are they going to do about that quarterback? What are they going to do about that play calling?
Amari Cooper is really gifted, and they did check with St. Nick. You know, what's
he supposed to say?
Oh, he could tell the truth.
Most coaches, I have yet to hear that a coach would salt a player up. I'm sure it's happened before.
I think it's happened a lot.
But here's the thing. That could never happen to Coach Saban Now, maybe if he retired, he could tell the truth, but he's still at Alabama. He's still at that factory. So now you go out there and say that, and it gets wind that Coach Saban said that Amari Cooper wasn't a hard worker. Or Amari Cooper, guess what, Urban Meyer? Guess what, old khaki pants? You hear what he say about his former players? That's what he thinks about you. You know all is fair in recruiting, right, Skip? So if you say something negative, if I get something on you, guess what? When I go into these parents' home, you know what? I really want to take your son to the NFL because I think he has that kind of potential. I've coached in it. Old khaki pants said, I've coached in the NFL. Now, Coach Saban, now I know he's going to tell you he can get you to the NFL, but once you can't help him, he's going to turn his back on you and might say negative things about you. You heard what he said about Amari Cooper. That's how it works, Skip Bayless.
Since we're sitting in the middle of a graveyard right now, you sound like a man who is whistling through the graveyard.
I'm just saying.
You're just whistling, hoping, trying to wish it away.
What I'm trying to wish?
Yeah.
Walk into him, gonna take care of everything I need. I don't need, you can fire and hire whoever you want to.
The NFC East is just starting, and here come the Dallas Cowboys.
Walk it to him.
Yeah.
Did you see what he did on Sunday?
All I know is that he's fumbled more than anybody in the league in the time he's been in the league. Whew.
All I know is he got more touchdowns than your guy, and he's missed 2 games.
Walk it to him
And
like a slot machine. You just pull the slot down, and he goes, fumble, fumble.
Not against the Cowboys.
Fumble. We'll just pull that arm down.
What about your guy?
Fumble.
What about your guy, Skip?
Fumble. We got this.
Oh, you do?
We get to play Philly twice. We get to play Washington once at home. We'll be good.
Oh, you're going to be good, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, pretty soon, Jared's going to run out of people to hire, to fire and trade for. The trade deadline is after today at 4 o'clock. He can't trade for anybody else, Skip.
Yep. I'm going to say it one last time. Howie Roseman, he's the boogeyman for the Dallas Cowboys, and if he comes to play at 4 p.m. Eastern and he brings home Patrick Peterson, I'm in trouble.
Oh, Howard T got something up his sleeve. Because you know Dougie P and Howard T don't sleep. It's close to the trade deadline. Ain't nobody sleeping up in Philly.
Yeah. I think Dougie P's getting exposed.
And Mr. Lure, he slid him that black car. Say whatever you need, you go get it done.
Yep.
He said, I'm about championships.
Dougie P doesn't look so fearless to me anymore.
Yeah, don't do that, Skip. Skip, don't do that. Because the man had a job for 2 years and won the Super Bowl. Your guy been in there for what? He won his first 3 years, he was 8-8, 8-8, 8-8.
The backup quarterback won the Super Bowl.
Don't do that.
Your quarterback did not win the Super Bowl.
Was Dougie P the head coach? You had a starter in Tony Romo. You got a backup that's in there that's starting now in that.
Yep.
When y'all gonna win one?
Did you say he was a backup?
He was. He started as a backup. He's not a backup now, but I'm saying he started as one.
Okay. He's optimistic.
You realize your man's never even played a snap of playoff football.
I'm
snap.
trying to figure out when are we going to start rest. 1995 was a long time ago, Jenny. Jenny, do you remember what you was doing in 1995?
Yeah, I don't. I was pretty young.
1995, Skip Bayless. That's the last time.
Sorry.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, that was a long time
He hasn't forgotten. All right, we're moving on. Is Josh Gordon already in the doghouse? We'll discuss that with Greg Jennings next.